Wow, this is nice. That was my initial impression when I stepped onto USC.
Seeing how culture is so widely celebrated here, I just love it.
Felt like I had a sense of belonging, even though I was in a very new environment.
My family comes from Guam. My grandfather was a Marine, my father was a Marine, all their brothers were Marines. Now 2 of my brothers are Marines, and same with me.
I was interested in medicine, and it just was really something that I found solace in.
I was born and raised in Minnesota, and I remember I was embarrassed to open my lunchbox because they would always make comments that it smelled bad or something, and those were the types of comments that I experienced a lot.
I wanted to be in like a big city and go to like a school with a lot of like good resources, and that just felt like USC.
It was definitely a big change coming to USC and being around so many more diverse people from all over the world.
Being a veteran helps you because you get a lot of responsibility at a young age. I started my initial training in Quantico, Virginia, and then I went to Missouri, and then I got stationed from Camp Pendleton, California. I was in Kuwait and Iraq.
Coming here, I knew how great the film school was, and the minor I chose was cinema, television for the health profession, because it was really at the intersection of medicine, health policy, and film. And I thought it would be a great way to understand how to kind of talk about these important health messages to the general public.
You can take coursework in psychology and neuroscience and biology, linguistics, philosophy, like it's so diverse. I ended up applying for cognitive science, adding the health and human sciences major, which explores the social connection of medicine.
Masters of Business for Veterans came about 10 years ago to help take the leadership skills they learned in the military and then bring that over to the civilian sector. It's a true honor to be part of that program. It's really changed my perspective.
I joined APAA just because I think it's kind of nice to have that shared community on campus where everyone comes from a similar culture and a similar background.
I joined APAA as an intern in my freshman year, and I was one of 2 South Asians in the entire org, and it was something that I knew I wanted to change. I applied to be the diversity liaison on eBoard. We got a lot more applications from South Asians and Southeast Asian students. And I think in part was because there are people that look like me in this space, so I can also join.
I really liked doing a lot of community service, so I was part of this club called Science Outreach, and we go to the local 2nd and 3rd grade classrooms around campus to get them exposed early, kind of show them like how fun and wonderful science can be. I
wanted to join the Hellenes ever since I was a freshman. We volunteer at the 32nd school and tutor students there.
I also part of a club called Community Health Connection. We put on free health fairs for the local community. I did cancer research on campus as well.
The network at USC and the social capital amongst people that go to USC, it's just amazing. The support's immense.
My first football game was the homecoming game.
USC football games are more theatrical, for sure.
And there was just something to be said about walking into the Coliseum and being in that student section and just feeling the immense energy. I had never experienced something like that.
I finally felt really connected to USC culture, especially with the spirit aspect.
So the GI Bill covers up to a certain amount, and then you have to find a way to fill the rest. And the only category I fit in was the APAA scholarship.
I've had to travel to conferences all over the country, and the cost of travel isn't necessarily cheap. And these are just all things that APAA tremendously helps out with.
There's so many other benefits other than just the monetary aspect of APAA. Like you get the networking aspect, you get the family, you get the community.
What I'm hoping to do is get into the energy sector, the transition from fossil fuels to sustainable and green energy, doing stuff that you felt purposeful.
I want to pursue a PhD in clinical psychology, specifically immigrant households and children of immigrants, because that resonates with me a lot from my own experiences growing up.
My ultimate career goal is to become like an academic head and neck surgeon. I can slowly build up to be that physician, to be that leader in the operating room, to be that leader in healthcare that I've always wanted to be. I
know in the future I definitely want to be a part of APAA and hopefully mentor other scholars and just continue this legacy for the future generations.
APAA donors, thank you very much for your support.
I'm so grateful for all the experiences that I've had through APAA, all the mentorship opportunities and all the networking opportunities.
I really look forward to seeing how APAA influences my final year as a medical student and to see where their organization continues to grow and reach newer heights.
Fight on.